Okay, so by this point, you've probably had your campaign running for at least a few days, maybe a week or two, and now it's time to look at how we can leverage our custom audiences to further reduce our cost per install and get even better performance. So once your custom audiences are populated, meaning once you've got some people in those custom audiences, it's time to go ahead and create a lookalike audience. You'll remember from previous videos that a lookalike audience contains people similar to your existing users. So obviously that's a really powerful targeting option, because if you've got an audience to advertise to that contains just people who are similar to your existing users, then there's a good chance those people are also going to want to use your app. So let's head over to the Power Editor now, and I'll show you how we can create the lookalike audience and then how we can target it. And we are back in the Power Editor. Time to look at our custom audiences now. So I've gone over to the Audiences tab, and we've got our custom audience just here for our amazing app, installs for the last 30 days. And what we can see now is the size has actually grown to 1,200 people. So we've got 1,200 people who've installed our app in the last 30 days. So let's go ahead and create a lookalike audience. We'll just select this one, go to Actions, and hit Create Lookalike. Now, it's going to ask for the source. It's already pre-populated because we selected that custom audience. And now we just choose a country. So we'll choose United States for this example. Now remember, we've got our slider here. That lets us choose how many people go into our lookalike audience. Remember, the smaller the lookalike audience, the more highly targeted or the more closely related the users are to the ones in our custom audience. The bigger our lookalike audience means that the people in the lookalike won't be quite as close in demographic, interest, all that sort of thing to the people in our custom audience, but they will still be a very good audience to target. So we'll stick to a small one. We'll stick to 2.4 million people. That's a pretty good size audience. So let's create a lookalike. And there it is. We've got our lookalike, US 1%. Availability is not ready, so it takes a while for Facebook to populate your lookalike audience, usually about half an hour to an hour, and that will be ready to go. You should get a notification in Facebook telling you, but it's just worth coming back and checking every now and then just to make sure. The size will change here to 2 million once that's populated in this case, and that's really it. Now you've got your lookalike audience. It's time to go and actually target this new lookalike with our ads. Okay, so now we're back on the Manage Ads tab. We've got our campaign here that we created earlier. If we go over to our ad set, we've got our ad sets and our ads. Now, obviously in this example, these ones haven't been running, but yours will have been running for a few days. You'll have generated some installs. Now we're going to look at changing these, or changing this campaign to target the lookalike that we just created. So all we need to do, because we're in the Power Editor, is something very similar to what we did before. And what we can do is we can select our ad sets, we can duplicate them in the same campaign, and now we can switch off our original ad sets. Okay, so they won't run anymore. And all we need to do is go into our new ad sets. We're no longer going to be targeted based on this interest. We're going to be targeting based on the lookalike. So we might call it app lookalike audience, and then we'll say US. Okay, and we'll change the name of all of those. Last one. All right, so now it indicates that all of these are targeting our lookalike audience. Let's actually set it up so that's what's happening. We'll just scroll down, edit audience. We can remove these locations because our lookalike audience only contains users from the United States. And with our custom audience here, we'll just go My Amazing App. There's our lookalike. Select it. And that really is all there is to changing it to target your lookalike instead of the previous targeting options that we had. Now it says here that the audience size information isn't available, that's just because our lookalike hasn't been populated yet. If we came back in half an hour, that'd be populated and it'd tell us exactly how many. As I said, it's US users only, but if you want to, you can target particular regions within the US. So there's nothing stopping you from targeting cities or states just because you've got US users there. And that's it. We hit save, and we would go ahead and do that for all 3 of our new ad sets, and then we'd be targeting just our lookalike audience. Keep an eye on the performance, and I would dare say that you'll see a fairly significant performance increase just from that step. So what you'll do now is keep those running, monitor the performance, and in the next module you're going to learn how to further optimize your campaigns by reading your reports and using the data to improve those campaigns even further.